People are not ashamed of failing. They are ashamed of not trying. My success is due to trying. I never feared making an effort. Arnold Schwarzenegger's words have always supported me. How simply he has expressed such a profound philosophy of life. Arnold Schwarzenegger was born in a small village in Thal, Austria. His father was a strict police officer, while his mother was a timid and devoted woman. Arnold had two brothers, and they all faced severe punishment from their father. The impact of World War II was severe on everyone in Europe. Many became alcoholics and violent. Arnold's father had both these traits, which made Arnold's childhood very difficult. At the age of 15, he saw a brochure in a shop one day with a picture of a bodybuilder on the cover. It was a brochure for the film Hercules, starring the famous American bodybuilder Reg Park, who was the Mr. Universe at that time. Arnold was inspired by Reggie's physique. He cut out the picture and put it on his wall, marking the beginning of a journey that would mesmerize the world. Arnold cut out pictures of all the major bodybuilders of the time, put them on his wall, and spent day and night looking at these images. He would pose in front of the mirror with his weak body and wooden-like arms, dreaming of standing next to Reg Park and receiving the Mr. Universe trophy. His dreams pushed him to exercise, and he started doing push-ups in his room, eventually doing up to 1,000. There was no gym in Thal, and the nearest town, Graz, was 11 kilometers away, where there was only a modest gym. Arnold secretly enrolled there and began his exercise routine. He would mark lines on the wall and perform 26 sets for each muscle group. He wanted to go to America to meet Reg Park, but obtaining a passport was not easy at the time. Someone told him that joining the army would get him a passport, so he enlisted the next day and started training as a tank driver. The main reason for choosing tank driving was the lower workload, as tank drivers had fewer duty hours, allowing him more time for exercise. Arnold worked out using bricks and chairs in the barracks. Given his natural height and muscle potential, his physique continued to develop. He was determined to become like Reg Park, and through constant focus on this goal, he gradually became that way. During Arnold's army career in 1965, there was a junior championship in the German city of Stuttgart. Although he was not granted leave, he secretly went there and won the competition among 28 bodybuilders. When he returned, he was punished by being imprisoned in a military jail, but he continued to exercise even in his cell. As soon as he received his passport, he quit his job and ran to Munich, where he got a job at a gym. He spent 24 hours a day there, sleeping and exercising at the gym, and earned just enough money by training others to cover his expenses. He exercised for 3 hours daily. About that time, he said, "I couldn't afford to make even a single mistake." In 1967, he won the Mr. Universe contest in London at the age of 20. After that, he kept winning. The judge of the first competition was Wayne Bennett, who found Arnold very innocent and decided to take him to America. Arnold didn't have money for a ticket, but Wayne Bennett supported him, and Arnold came to America. Upon arriving, he faced severe failure. Accustomed to winning, he was shattered by losing and spent the whole night crying alone in his room. However, the next day he went directly to Frank Zane, who had defeated him in the competition. He touched Zane's knees, congratulated him on his success, and accepted him as his mentor. Frank Zane was astonished. Arnold was the first bodybuilder in his life who, after losing, had accepted him as a teacher. Zane began training him, and Arnold learned that in sports, practicing with top-level athletes is crucial. If you practice with world champions, you become a champion. If you practice with failures and weak individuals, you will never succeed. Arnold always practiced with high-level people afterward and achieved greatness. In 1970, he competed against his hero, Reg Park, whom he had admired to enter the field. He defeated Reg, but instead of feeling happy, he became sad. He didn't want to see his hero fail and thought he shouldn't have competed against Reg. This victory made him feel guilty, and he left the bodybuilding field. By then, Arnold had become famous in America, but he lacked the manners to mingle with high society. He only knew 30 English phrases, and he spoke them incorrectly. Fate had it that a girl from the Kennedy family, Maria Shriver, fell in love with him. The Kennedys were prominent political and business figures in America. Arnold married Maria, who taught him how to navigate high society. After bodybuilding, Arnold entered the film industry and worked even harder than he had in bodybuilding. He repeatedly faced failures, with one film after another flopping. He went without work for 5 years but remained persistent. His mantra was, "Stay hungry, you will eventually succeed." He used to say, "Turn your weaknesses into strengths, and you will surely succeed." Despite not knowing English and having a harsh voice, he transformed these weaknesses into strengths. To prepare for a role, he spent a year and a half continuously practicing horseback riding and sword fighting, eventually becoming a Hollywood star. The film The Terminator made him a global star, and he never looked back. However, Arnold then announced abruptly that he was leaving his film career to enter politics. Not a single person in America supported his decision. Everyone claimed that politics was not his field, and that he would fail. Yet this man, who did not know English and had fled Austria to come to America, served as the governor of California, the wealthiest state in the U.S., from 2003 to 2011. He excelled in this field as well. Arnold's life has 3 principles. First, dream big. Dreams push you forward in life. Second, don't stop trying due to the fear of failure. Life is a game, and players lose in games. Learn to win by losing repeatedly. Third, practice your work so thoroughly that it becomes part of your muscles and genes. You will never fail. Always keep moving forward, even if the entire world opposes you. Remember, nothing in the world is impossible. Arnold's principles are not just words, they are the essence of his life. He learned to succeed through repeated failures. There was no gym in Thal village. If he had waited for a gym, he would never have become a bodybuilder. Instead, he started doing push-ups and sit-ups at home, doing up to 1,000 of each by the age of 15. The entire village believed he could never become Mr. Universe, but he became Mr. Universe 4 times and Mr. Olympia 7 times, astonishing the world. Then, when America said he couldn't become an actor with his poor English and harsh accent, his response was that he didn't want to be just an actor. He wanted to be a star, and he became one. When he announced his entry into politics, he faced substantial opposition, but he became a successful politician and once again proved the world wrong. Throughout these 3 careers, he faced hundreds of failures, but never considered any of them a defeat. He did not give up. Arnold does not see failure as failure. He believes that only success exists, although some people are more successful than others. No one is truly a failure. Second, try repeatedly. What you consider failure is actually practice. It is solidifying you, increasing your endurance and strength. Do not view it as failure. He now lives in his mountain home, exercises, smokes cigars, and watches people lament their failures, thinking to himself, "If a problem hasn't killed you and you are still alive, why be hopeless? Why call your practice a failure? Why not get up and try again?